Next, let's go ahead and restore a server back as a VM instantaneously through the single management console. What you could see here is I'm logged into my virtual infrastructure client. What you see is no VMs are running on this ESX host. It's completely blank. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to navigate into Bex and select what do I want to recover. So on the left, what you'll see is as I navigate down, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come to the SQL server. So right from the restore window, I'll go ahead and expand the SQL server. And in this case, I'm going to come down to this ExpressDR object and select the latest snapshot. I simply go ahead and right-click on the snapshot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say virtualize. You have the ability right through the management console to go ahead and select a server snapshot and virtualize that server, bringing it back and restoring it back in a virtual environment. So I go ahead and click on virtualize. So what comes up is the virtualization window. Over here, you enter in the name of the VM that you want to go ahead and create. Now this could be any type of name. This is essentially how it goes ahead and registers in Virtual Center or the virtual infrastructure client. Next, you want to keep the original host name or change the host name, how much memory you want to utilize, and what type of virtualization do you want to run, a full or an instant. Now a full actually goes ahead and restores that data to the primary data store on that ESX host, automatically creating the VMDK files for you and the VMX files, registering it in Virtual Center. What Instant does is Instant goes ahead and actually creates a bootable VM off of the fast system. That's the same fast system where we've performed the block level backups to. So we're mounting that off the secondary storage, running off of it temporarily while we're rebuilding our primary server. Both operations automatically perform storage alignment part of this process, and that's very crucial when it comes to any type of physical to virtual migration. What we'll do is we'll start the VM after it runs the virtualization to go ahead and boot it up and bring it online. Next, I go ahead and I enter in my virtual environment information. I could simply go ahead and put the IP address of my ESX host or the host name, the username and password to access that ESX host. Or I could simply go ahead and enter in the information for Virtual Center and put in the username and password to access that as well. And by clicking Next, you'll see at the next window the individual components you can select to virtualize against. Next, you select all the resources that you want to go ahead and utilize part of this virtualization job. From Virtual Center, you go ahead and select the ESX host that you want to virtualize against, what data store you want to use, what resource pool, and finally, what VM network. You click on Next here, and next it asks you for IP information. Now, you can obviously have the hard-coded IP address here, or you can select DHCP to create a dynamic IP address for the server. You click on Next, and you review and you confirm. We go ahead and save the job, because you can go ahead and actually schedule these jobs to occur at a later point of time. You don't have to run it now. You can have these jobs easily scheduled to automatically run in case of a failure. So I simply come here and I click on Run Restore Job. And now the virtualization process has begun. Now I'm going to navigate back to my virtual infrastructure client. And what you're going to see here is on the bottom, it's going to go ahead and create the virtual machine, and it's going to go ahead and power it on. Now, I did nothing within VMware here. I did everything through NSB, everything through that single pane of glass. So what you'll see, it's going to create the VM and power it up. So you see now, we've created the VM successfully. Now it's powering on, going through its virtualization process, and as soon as it completes, basically the SQL 2008 server will be up and running in a successful manner. So what we've done is we've able to go ahead and taken a SQL server that has crashed, and just with a couple easy clicks through the management console is virtualize that server, bring it up in a production state so you can continue your business operation. So that's it. That's how easy it is to use NSB. For more information, please visit us at gonsb.com.